Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Jamise. I wanted to just talk briefly about water because last time I was recording, I couldn't find my water bottle, and I said that if I needed to get some water, drink some water, sip some water, that I would take a break from recording to go and search harder for the water. Okay, so a couple things. First, when I was putting this phone into the tripod, I kind of hurt my finger, and it hurt like the little adjustment I was making. And I was like, ow! And I was like, Charlie, Batman! And then I started laughing. But besides that, because that's not even why we're here, and even though my finger is still tingling a little bit, I just felt like, okay, so water in the Bible. I think about the true and living water, the water that goes into the cistern versus you do not store up in the cistern because the water is like flowing, true life water. And then I'm thinking about the woman at the well. And I'm sure there are other examples where water is spoken about in the Bible, but those are the ones that's coming to mind for me. And I just wanted to give praise, glory, and honor to God for the fact that, first of all, we got water. Most of our body is made up of water. And when you swallow your spit, like that's, water in a way, kind of. At least it's helping to make sure that your mouth is not dry. So I just wanted to thank God that, when I talk about water, wanting water, needing water, and I know water is important, and I love to see people go grab water bottles for people who need it when they're clearing their throat, because that's, in my mind, an obvious sign that water is needed. And I feel like God designed our body to give us signs of things so that we can respond to those signs, as opposed to waiting for like a larger warning sign to come, right? Like, I feel like if you feel thirsty, that's a sign. If you are having to clear your throat, that's a sign. If your lips are dry, that's a sign. If your pee is golden yellow, I feel like that's a warning, because yellow pee is a sign. But like golden super duper yellow pee, you're beyond the sign now, right? You're in like warning territory. The same is true for our teeth. If you're brushing and flossing, great. If food is getting caught in between your teeth, that's a sign. If your breath is not smelling good, that's a sign. If your tooth is hurting, I think we're beyond the sign and we're in the warning phase now. And this is just a sidebar, because I talked about how growing up in church, I never remembered Hosea, the entire book, let alone the prophet, being taught about when I reference Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, that God's people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Let me just go there right fast. Y'all, okay, I'm gonna go 3 different places. One, the teeth were not designed to be chewing on crunchy stuff. Crunchy cereal, when they advertise, like, oh, keep it crunchy, your teeth are not, like, how can I say this in a way that will honor my dentist? Because she shared this with me. Sure, you can chew crunchy things. Scientifically, your mouth has a bite force, and that force can be measured. And chewing on extremely crunchy things can cause your teeth to crack. You don't have to chew on extremely crunchy things, okay? But the cereal boxes, for some reason, crunch is what appeals to them. Appeals to the audience. But guess what else is crunchy and not hard and crunchy? But it creates a crunch when you bite. Celery, cabbage, seaweed wrap, like those little wrap papers. Okay. what am I trying to say? How do we get here? For your teeth and crunching. Because we started out with me talking about water. Then I went to talk about warnings. Warnings that your body needs water. And then I went on to warnings that your body needs other things as it relates to your dental health. I wanted to pause there because Hosea 4:6 reminded me from a dental perspective. Tongue scrapers are a thing. In fact, I want to almost go grab the tongue scraper because I know where that's at, even though I don't know where my water bottle is at, and just show y'all. Let me show y'all the tongue scraper, because for a long time, people would talk about bad breath and tell people you needed to brush your teeth. First of all, people are not even flossing, but besides that, the bad breath is even more likely coming from the tongue. And I've heard people say, brush your tongue. Y'all, I don't want to say that the dental industry has experienced an advancement, because I don't know that that's what this is, but tongue scrapers are a thing, and you can literally scrape the bad breath causing bacteria off of your tongue to not only prevent and reduce bad breath, but to also prevent and reduce like cavities from happening. Because cavities come from, first of all, a cavity, which is a carie, is a disease. Like, it's a disease. It's a warning. It's not a sign. It's a warning. Like, you're out of the what did I call it? You're out of the sign territory. You're in the warning territory. Okay. A tooth cavity is like having a cold. It's a sickness. It's a disease. It's like having any disease you can think of. Like, when you think of a category of diseases, sure, like really bad, terminal, etc., etc. Umbrella, disease nonetheless. That's what cavities are, guys. And cavities are not caused by eating sugar and candy. Cavities are caused by when sugar, cavities are caused by when you're chewing and eating food, which is a natural occurrence, and bacteria is breaking down the food, which is a natural occurrence. When there's sugar, the bacteria, your saliva produces a bacteria to break down the food, and it produces a bacteria to break down the sugar. The sugar combined with the bacteria that your saliva produces to break that sugar down while sitting on top of your teeth leads to the enamel in your teeth being eroded away. And that is when tooth decay starts to happen, because your teeth have layers. Enamel is a top layer, and then there are other layers like dentin, and then you start to get into what's called like the pulp and the nerves. And that's not the exact, like, those are not all the layers, but that is the sequence that they come in. Enamel does happen before dentin, and dentin does happen before the pulp and the nerves in your teeth. And so I came on here to just thank God for water, and that He is a true and living water that we get to rely upon, right? It's flowing. It's amazing. And I want to thank God for standing in the gap for me as water, while I'm still not sure where the water bottle is, but we're going to find it. And then on top of that, I just use this as an opportunity to inform and educate you on dentistry. I have a really high dentist IQ. My future spouse and my future children are going to thank me and love me for that, okay? Some dentists appreciate it, other dentists hate to see you coming, okay? Because, baby, let me not even get on a tangent and digress about the dental industry or any industry for that matter, because we were just here to give God praise and to thank Him for being the true and living water. I will catch you guys on the next live, on the next video. As always, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I'm also going to plan to pin the salvation prayer somewhere on my page and profile, so that as you are benefiting from listening to me share the wisdom and the insights that the Holy Spirit has made possible for me to learn over these past 5 years, these past 10 years, and that He planted as a seed in my life, even from when I was just a little girl and a child, and before I was, shaped in my mother's womb, as Jeremiah talks about. If you have not given your life to Christ, or if you have and you want to rededicate your life to Christ, I want to include that there for you so that you can do it. All right, I will catch you guys later. Bye.